another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port here on a thirsty Thursday.
That's right.
Day one of the National Football League season. Barnes and Tony, once again, what's going on, brother?
Not much, dude. You know, stoked to be here. You said it, Thirsty Thursday. So weekend around the corner, that's dope, dude. And obviously this weekend, football, dude. It's crazy that it's actually here, dude. And I'm hyped up. I'm hyped up to kick it back on Sunday, even tonight, dude. The matchup tonight, tomorrow, yes. But then to get this first full Sunday in, I mean, that's gonna be awesome, dude. The fucking red zone, Hanson, the food, the relaxing. It's going to be dope, dude.
Any thoughts? Because speaking of Hanson, the red zone, the commercial, situation, he did an interview, but then I was listening to Babchick actually this morning, who wants to get out on the golf course, according to Josh B.
Oh, nice. Okay.
No. Did you see that on Twitter or no?
No.
No, because I guess there was a video of Babs basically just picking up his ball on the course, and then Josh tagged us and was like, "Oh, we got to golf with Babchick," and I was like, "Babs, let's go, Saxon Woods next week." Hasn't answered yet, but I know.
Dude, that would be kind of wild.
Oh,
that would be so ridiculous.
It would be so ridiculous, and he would have a full 30 rack in his golf bag. But any thoughts there on the commercial thing? I guess they tried it out a little last year, and there's mixed reports about how they're going to break away from the action, but then also there's other reports saying that they're not going to break away from the action, but you won't hear the audio, and they'll be there'll be a commercial. I mean, what do you think? I mean. Well, I'll let you go first. So what do you think?
So, I mean, I think that's a terrible idea. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like that's classic, greedy corporation. Try to put some ads on it. Find a way to make more money this year sort of deal. And it's yes, try out last year, maybe too much. But that's what happens, dude. Once they start to take it away a little bit, then they take it all away. And then, like you said, dude, I mean, that's first of all, those because they do it during regular games where they'll break away from the action for an ad to pop up in some type of double screen thing, double box thing where you see the game, but you see most of the commercial anyway, and you hear the commercial, and they try to be oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. You're still seeing the game. It's no, dude, there's a fucking commercial. It is that bad. So I think that this is brutal, dude. This will take away from the lure of Red Zone. Will it really affect the viewership? Probably not. I mean, people are still going to watch, and that's why they're doing it, because they know they can just make more money. People be pissed off, but are we still going to watch it at the end of the day? Yeah, exactly. I mean, the one thing I would say, obviously, I don't like it, of course, Tony, but I guess the one thing is just everything has commercials. So is it that tragic? I mean, I guess not. Is it annoying? Yes, but like you said, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all going to watch it, and that's why they are doing it. What did Hanson say? Did he say anything, or
just that basically just promising everybody we're not missing one touchdown, and it's going to be well timed, I guess, the ad, so maybe around halftime stuff. Who knows? But obviously it's annoying, but we'll see how it all goes on Sunday. But yeah, a lot to get to, but a couple comments from the faithful if we want to get that.
I was going to say that, dude. The DTV faithful over here. Josh B of the TCA says, what up, fam?
Josh B.
What's up, Josh? I gotta send you, dude. I meal prep sausage and peppers
nice,
on
dude.
Sunday, I think, or on Monday, whenever it was, though. I keep forgetting to send him a photo of it, dude. But it came out real good. Spicy Italian sausage, peppers, onions, got a little roll action going on. It's freaking, so good. And then Ernie in the house says, what's up? He says, training the new guy today. Give him a shout out. His name is Ben.
Shout out
to Ben, dude.
Thanks for listening. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sure, Ernie's treating you very well, dude.
And speaking of shout outs, I keep meaning to do this. And one of our most loyal fans, Tony, and I feel like I haven't even talked to you about this, but every time I go over Sam's, I'm over there at least once a week. Her mother loves our show, watches all the time. And every time I'm over there, she's always asking me questions about how it's going and just how much she enjoys watching our show. So her mother, Veronica, just like to give her a special shout out. You know, we really appreciate it. And I'm sure she's watching now, and I know she's excited too because her brother, Victor, I think it's next week is coming, and he lives in Michigan actually, but
okay.
he is actually a Mets fan. And
Let's
it's funny.
go,
So, you know,
dude.
she just like
Poking the bear a little bit. Yeah.
So I was telling her, like, listen, I apologize in advance. You know, I don't like the Mets, but we do talk about the Mets. You know, Tony is a big Mets fan. So it just kind of funny. So I definitely wanted to give her a special shout out, and I hope she's having a great day.
Yeah, me too, dude. It's she, you know, kind of like not really watch sports or
yes, but
would
like,
we say
but I
Yankee
think
fan?
she no. I would say you know, she definitely like she likes going to the baseball game, watching
Of
on
course.
TV, not for her. And then she definitely, I think football, you know, she thinks is more exciting. But you know, I think just by watching our show so much, she's getting, you know, she's getting to, you know, very verse when it comes to the sports.
Oh, good.
So we love that, and I'm sure I keep telling her you got to leave a comment. So I think that's coming soon.
Right.
But I'm sure she's gonna be riled once she hears this.
Yeah, dude, that's for sure.
And then we do have our good friend, Uncuffed. Back here.
Well, Mets suck again, he says, laughing emoji.
Heard that one before.
And then he says, went to the Yankees game on Tuesday, was very disappointed. I'm convinced that whatever team I root for, they always lose. It'd be like that sometimes.
Listen, I mean, that's why you don't poke the bear, right? I mean, you're the one that used that phrase. But yeah, we got to get into the losses, of course. But I mean, today is the first day of the NFL season, so we have to start in the world of the National Football League.
This kid is special, man. This think to do that.
Gonna run for it. He got it, and there he goes. Oh, the play of the year in the NFL. Throws intercepted by Surtain. Nobody's gonna catch him. Jones to the end zone. Touchdown. Quincy Williams leveling Murray. There he goes. Jamar Chase. Not yet. Touchdown Bengals. Stafford. Williams. What a hit by Budda Baker. Budda Baker just saved a touchdown.
Today's show is brought to you by Velvet Llama, premium canned cocktails crafted by NYC bartenders with a playful spirit. Enjoy their award-winning espresso martini with Italian espresso and chocolate notes, the crisp Moscow Mule with Nigerian ginger, or the spicy margarita with organic agave and jalapeno. These ready-to-drink treats are made with the finest ingredients. Grab yours at velvetllama.com and ride the smooth wave with Velvet Llama. I mean, it is Thursday, Tony, so I mean, what are the chances we see you Moscow Mule in hand at some point later?
I would say pretty high, dude. I actually had a espresso martini last night on the gaming corner, dude.
There we go.
Awesome.
There we go.
You know,
So
it keeps you awake.
Yes. And affect the sleep at all, or just powered right through it?
No, I mean, not me. It doesn't really. I don't really have problems with that. Like late night coffees or late night espresso martinis, even. Like, no, yeah, it doesn't.
You know, I was always like very, you know, like, oh, like what you're basically saying. But then remember, I had that stretch where like the sleep wasn't good stuff.
Yeah.
So now I'm very careful. I really have actually been only going one coffee, and I'm back to the homemade. So
cold brew?
Right before I went on a vacation with Sam to California, I got like from Starbucks. I was looking all over. No one, like, I don't know how you don't have like a cold brew maker in stock, but no one had it. But Starbucks at the store, you could get it. So I just got that. And it's a single serving, 24 ounces, kind of keeping me in check, you know, not too crazy with the caffeine, but just doing that. No other coffees. And sleep's been good. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, it's been working out. And yeah, you know, obviously the process, a little annoying. Sometimes you want to get out the door. Oh, I gotta make it for tomorrow. But you just do it, right? I mean,
just do it, dude. Just figure it out.
Just do it. Yeah, I see we have a couple more here,
dude.
and some more of the faithful.
More of the faithful. Donna Lee back in here. Happy NFL season. Good morning, Donna says. Go G-Men, she says. They're gonna need all the help they can get, Donna.
Yes.
And then Josh B with the hashtag Velvet Llama. You know, he may have one in hand.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Maybe right now.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. But you know, I would say what we'll do order sequence wise. We obviously got to talk about tonight's game, but before we do that, we definitely have to do our NFC divisional preview. So let's go there, and let's start just like we did in the AFC with the NFC East, Tony. Obviously last year, the Eagles winning that division, and then the Commanders as the wild card team, and then obviously the Cowboys and the Giants bringing up the rear. Do you have anything different in mind this year in the NFC East?
I don't know. Maybe a little bit here. I mean, obviously, just like yesterday, I mean, you got to take into account all these really good teams, such as the Eagles, who I do have returning to the top of the NFC East. By the way, Brian, last time there was back-to-back divisional winners.
20 years?
2004, dude. So basically, this would be the 21st season, I guess, since then. But you know who did that? The Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, we're the last team to do it. They're going to do it again here. I mean, we spoke about it last season, all season. Greatest all-around roster you'll see. And honestly, not for nothing with the rest of the talent in the NFC East, I really can't see them not coming up on top here. So they're going to have a 12-5 year for the Eagles. Coming in at second, yes. I am going to have Dallas, to be honest, at 10-7. I do feel like, you look at Dak Prescott's career. Anytime he had a, complete season with the Cowboys, they were not having a losing year by any means. That guy really is one of the better quarterbacks around the league. Obviously does suffer a lot of injuries. But again, looking at his career, it kind of seems like in every other year where he's missing games. Obviously, last season, we know about the season-ending injury. This year, I'm anticipating the full year, the full 27, if you will, out of him, Brian. And I just feel like, obviously, CeeDee Lamb, the receiving core, obviously going to have a pretty stout defense. I got them coming in at second in the division, bouncing back after last season, 10-7 year. And I do have Washington maybe taking down a little bit of a not a down year, a sophomore slump, if you will, here for Daniels. I mean, I'm sure you can ask CJ Stroud all about a sophomore slump. I think it is real. A lot of expectations there. Obviously, this guy, first time, right, bringing the Washington to a championship game since 91, I think it was. Breaking records, quarterback. I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on him. There's some question with some of the receivers, obviously, as well on Washington, too.
That's not what David from Maryland said.
It's not what David from Maryland said, but obviously, I think maybe he fanboys a little bit.
Who does that?
He may be, grinding his teeth at me here, but I think they do come in third in the division, 9-8. Not to say Jane Daniels is going to be great, but, a little bit of sophomore slump, maybe later half of the season, he kind of bounces back. And then I do have the G-men who obviously here are going to be last in the division. I'm sorry, Donna. But they've been coming in here at 8-9, respectable. Obviously, the quarterback room is plenty. I think they'll be fine. Maybe a dart showing. Who knows? But I like their rookie running back. He's been looking pretty good for the during the preseason. I actually picked him up. My fantasy
who
teams.
Is this?
I forget his name, dude. I'll have to look it up. Let's see, dude.
Oh, Cam Scatterborough.
No, it's not Scatterborough.
Oh, no, we're talking about Tracy. He's not a rookie, though.
Is he not?
He's either a second or third year. Go up. You passed him.
I did pass him.
Yeah. 25 years old. I want to say second year, though, but I could be wrong. Yeah, second year.
Oh, it is second year.
Yeah.
Okay, great, dude. Well, in any case, dude, looking great. Preseason, I'm sure that's fine. But again, I just feel with the talent around this division, I got the Giants in last place, 8-9. Respectable.
8-9. Wow, that's
respectable.
Generous. I didn't know today was Thanksgiving. Anyway,
what is
generosity? I don't know. Whatever. Giving thanks, right? You're thankful for the Giants. You're thankful for Donna. That might have been for Donna, right?
Yes.
Anyhow, I am going to continue the trend of not having that repeat winner, and I am going to also buck the trend because, like you said, CJ Stroud, how are you? That type of thing. I think the Commanders are too good to fall back into that. I love that they added Deebo Samuel to this offense. I think their offensive line, is pretty good with Laramie Tunsil, and then you have, Zach Ertz still there at tight end. And then the defense, there's a lot of grizzled vets, whether you're talking about former first-rounder Javon Kinlaw, Bobby Wagner back for another season. You add Von Miller to those two. I mean, talking about grizzled vets, and then Marshawn Lattimore for a full season. I love that. And then to go back to the offense for a second, I think Debo will get a lot more looks too because McLaurin's back, obviously, with that new contract. kind of opens things up. And then watch out for Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt.
Holy cow.
The rookie running back, and that's why they traded Brian Robinson Jr. The 7th round pick from Arizona has been turning heads. So he's a guy to watch out for and definitely has some pure speed. So I'm going to say the Commanders in a competitive division other than the Giants, sorry, Donna, will win 11 games. So we're going to say the Commanders go 11-6, first place in the NFC East.
Wow.
I will have the Eagles second. I think it's a 10-7. You know, the extra games last year, the extra expectations, maybe things not as smooth for Jalen Hurts and company. And Saquon, I hate to say it, but after that many carries, you'd imagine he's a little banged up this year. So still a playoff team. I'll say 10-7. And speaking of 10-7, I think I agree with you. It's one of those things who I do enjoy because everybody is just so ready to bury the Cowboys in the river. And I just feel like, you know, I was talking to Pooch about this, and he was saying, like, oh, well, their defense. I think that's a little overstated. Listen, defense isn't great, but the offense, man, like, I just feel like, you know, anytime you can have a 2 wide receiver set, you know, with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, like, you're going to have a vertical passing game. I think Dak is motivated. Tough year last year. The hamstring off the bone, Tony. So I think they also are a playoff team at 10-7. And then, yes, Donna, the Giants, I am going to say 5-12. I think Jackson Dart will start by week 5, but bright spot, I think he'll play decent. I think Neighbors will have a good year, and I think Abdul Carter is going to be the, you know, the NFC. I don't know if they do NFC, AFC, but whatever. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Abdul Carter with double-digit sacks this season. So that's what we have.
Wow, I like that, dude.
NFC East. Now moving along here in our standings, we will go to the NFC North. And last year, the Lions winning that last game to win that division. Both them and Minnesota, I believe, were 14-3. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the Packers, you know, were in third last year, and the Bears brought up the rear. Some change in this division, obviously, with Sam Darnold out, J.J. McCarthy in.
Kind of crazy.
Detroit getting their defensive players back, but losing their coordinators. How will that affect them? And, of course, the Green Bay Packers, Yerney, Micah Parsons. So, you know, that's a situation to monitor as well. And then there's just some thought that the Bears, you know, with Ben Johnson, you know, maybe taking a step forward. So with all of that in mind, Tony, what are you thinking for the NFC North?
I'm running it back with Detroit, dude. 2 run backs. Why not? I mean, listen, I understand Ben Johnson's gone. Aaron Glenn's gone. Detroit being a victim of their own success in that regard. But I mean, I don't know, man. I think it's the coaching staff. It's Dan Campbell, all right? The coaching staff, the players, they all buy into what Dan Campbell is saying or selling, I should say. So regardless, I think he won't necessarily miss a step there, even though, yes, way more pressure on him. And, you know, we know how good the offense is. Obviously, I mean, the you know, the 1-2 punch with the running backs here, Montgomery, Gibbs, Goff is going to be solid. Amon-Ra St. Brown. You know, they have obviously all these pieces on offense. Defense will be a question mark in terms of healthiness. But think about it, dude. I mean, they were absolutely bare bones, and they were still winning games at the end of the year. So with a restock defense, hopefully they can remain healthy during the year. I really can't see these guys not win the division again. I wouldn't say it's quite the impressive season, but still 13-4, not for nothing. First place in the NFC North. Going down the line, number 2, I do have Yerney coming in here, the 2-hole. Green Bay Packers, dude. Obviously, Parsons, the defense, filling a hole they needed. Another year with Jordan Love and building on that franchise quarterback. And for the first time, they drafted a first-round receiver, I think, right? Matthew Golden.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously going to be looking at him a lot as a heavy target. So I think it seems like that they bolstered the roster in all the right spots, which I have them coming in at second, 11-6. I love what they're doing over there. And then third place, I have Minnesota. I mean, I think J.J. McCarthy, interesting. Obviously, Sam Darnold here, who really revitalized his career with the Vikings last season. And again, another team, receiving core, great, but I do have questions at the quarterback position. J.J. McCarthy, who tore his meniscus, right? Last
Yes.
season, that was his injury. That's always so tough to come back from, especially, young quarterback delaying, his start of his NFL career kind of. So I think maybe some questions there, but third place, 9-8. And then I guess that would leave Chicago here. I don't know, dude. Caleb Williams last season, would they have maybe 4 wins or something last year? Not great. I think, maybe he helps out. I think they drafted some guys around him as well. I forget who, but I don't know. I don't think the Bears will be that much of note this year either. A lot of question marks around Caleb Williams. 6-11 season, last place, NFC North.
All right, so Yerny, who's in the comments and for this, I have the Green Bay Packers 12-5, NFC North champs. I love the additions of Micah Parsons, and I think Jordan Love is going to have a big year this year. So I like what Matt LaFleur does there in Green Bay. So I have them winning the division. I have the Lions second. I'm going to say the Lions 10-7, I would say, almost similar to the Eagles. I know they didn't have the deep run, but just, they had the run last year in terms of all these games they won. I just think it was a long season. So it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back. Still a good team. Be interesting to see how it works without the coordinators. That's something to watch out for. The Vikings, I think McCarthy does fine, but they're not a 14-win team. They're actually a 9-win team and not in the playoffs. So I think they go 9-8 there. Kevin O'Connell is still a great coach. And then I think Caleb Williams, looks better. I just think under Ben Johnson, that offense is going. And I think despite only 7 wins, I think they score a lot of points. And there's a lot of confidence there in Chicago. So that's my thoughts. NFC North. NFC South, the Bucks, I think, is it 4 straight division titles? 3 or 4?
It is 4.
After they had a run like the NFC East where the same team wasn't winning all the time. But I think they're primed again. We'll see. But you have them, of course, the Falcons, Penix, his first full year as a starter, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, can he ever rebound? And of course, we know about Bijan. What will that defense look like under second-year head coach Raheem Morris? The Carolina Panthers, obviously the whole thought is here, Bryce Young, is he going to be able to take the next step forward? Looked better last year, but this is a big year for Bryce Young. And then, of course, the Saints, who, everybody's expecting with Spencer Rattler, Tony, starting at quarterback, to be one of the worst teams in the NFL this season. What are you thinking about for the NFC South?
It's tough, dude, honestly. There's a lot of variables here. I mean, obviously, you know about me, Baker, the run, loving Mike Evans, 1,000-yard season probably will happen again, especially since
every year of his career.
How awesome
Red Zone last year, that moment. Maybe one of the best moments of the NFL season last year.
I agree.
All
honestly,
the players
dude.
on the field in agreement to let it happen. Game was, Tony, in hand. Come on.
Oh,
the
come
game
on.
was already in hand.
It was
so
in
the
hand.
defense didn't
Yes.
need to.
Defense let him go. It was very nice, dude.
Only time that we've ever seen that, too. Think about all the football games we've watched over the years.
Yeah, no,
Only
it's pretty
time.
wild. Only time. It's respect. That's respect for another player, another player's career, and what he has going for himself, and what he deserves, obviously. And he does deserve that. I think he'll get that another year, another season, like I was saying, especially because, unfortunately for the Bucks, they do have a few receivers starting off on the injured list. I forget whatever Godwin and someone else. Someone they draft as a neck injury.
Yes,
something like that. Dude. McMillan. Yes, dude. So obviously tough.
But they have Buka though.
But they got Buka. They drafted him for a reason, dude. I think they have like Sterling Shepard too, or something like that too. So they tried to fill in those holes, knowing the injuries are happening. But you know what? This is something that Baker has seen before, dude. Another year with Baker. They have a good running back. They have a solid defense, good receiving core. Again, like worst comes to worst, you're just targeting Mike Evans every time. The guy's a body, bro. He'll go up and grab anything, which is why I have the Bucks winning the division 10-7 here. Another year running it back, 5 in a row. Playoff berth, another chance for Baker Mayfield to make some magic with the Bucks. I love it, dude. And then honestly, in second, also at 10-7, losing the tiebreaker, yes, but I do have Atlanta coming in at second in this division. I do like Penix. Obviously, Mooney, good. I think he's questionable to start off the season, but you have Bijan, obviously. So, I mean, I don't know. I just think that their offense is going to be super, super productive. Not too sure about their defense, but I think their offense will be winning themselves games here. I guess I think Michael Penix has come in kind of on fire, to be honest. They're coming in second, 10-7. Carolina, Like you said, big year for Bryce Young. Does he rise to the occasion? No, I gave Canales. Yes. Right. But I don't think Bryce Young has it, dude. I mean, I don't know. I know I was kind of
better than Zach Wilson or no?
No. I was under the tent where he was written off,
sold,
dude.
Tony.
Yes,
the
dude.
Ticket
Yes.
Sold.
Thank God, dude.
Thank you.
Ticketmaster, SeatGeek, whoever, dude. But give me Carolina, 6-11, third. New Orleans, you said it. I have them at the worst record of the season in the NFL. Sorry, Zach. But I don't know, 3-14 is what I have him at. Going to be an absolute dumpster fire over there for New Orleans. It's tough. Do Kellen Moore? I don't know. Canned? I don't think so. Maybe. But still, it's not going to be good for them. So what do you got, dude?
All right. So we are going to go with the 5 in a row. The Bucks, Tony. You really started it, I have to say, but I did always like I don't know, just the whole Baker thing, the redemption. But Mike Evans, he's fun to watch, man. And I'm telling you, Egbuka, I think will have 1,000 yards as a rookie receiver. Godwin, I think they're saying week 6, so he's going to be out a while. He's always injured. And I love the running game. I think Uncle Buck, as in Bucky Irving and Rashad White, I think are good. Cade Otton at tight end. I love Tristan Wirth at guard. Vita Vea, a holdover from the Tom Brady Super Bowl year. Who could forget about Levante David? He was always one of Gruden's grinders on Monday Night Football. Hassan Reddick as well. You have Dean Winfield. This is a complete team. I'm saying 11
there we go,
for
baby.
The Bucks winning this division. I will say in second, non-playoff, but a step forward, the Falcons 9-8.
Wow.
Penix, I think, balling this year. Bijan, huge year. Kyle Pitts also, I think, is going to have a resurgent season as well. 9-8 for the Falcons. Third place, the Panthers. Canales, Tony. I don't know if Bryce Young is winning comeback player of the year, but I do think the Panthers 7-10, a better offense, bigger games for Bryce. So I think, it looks like a positive step forward. I love Chuba Hubbard or Hubbard, whatever.
I think it's
Chuba Hubbard. It's
yeah.
because Pooch and Rhea was always a joke. They always used to say Chuba Hubbard as a joke, and I thought that was serious. So I always get that confused. And then last place Saints. I'm gonna say literally, Tony, 1-16. I think it's going to be that bad of a year for the New Orleans Saints. So the number one pick, does another Manning come to New Orleans? We'll have to find out next April. But to the NFC West we go. Kind of an interesting division. You think back to last year, the Rams winning that division, and the Cardinals, the Niners struggling, the Seahawks, decent year. But what are they going to do this year? So kind of a lot of question marks. Stafford, will he make it through the season? Kyler Murray, is he still playing Fortnite? San Francisco, are they done after giving Purdy all that money, losing Debo? What's the defense going to look like with Rob Saleh? And then the Seahawks going with Jackson Smith and Jigba as their number one wide receiver. Also Sam Darnold. So a lot of question marks here. What do you see happening in the NFC West?
What do I see happening in the NFC West? Another division will be super tough, just like last year, too, with the South and the West coming down to the wire. I'm sure of it. But I think returning to the top here is going to be the 49ers. You said it. I mean, the core is still there. Purdy, McCaffrey, Bosa on defense. Yes, they would be without Debo, but I don't know. I just think having those guys healthy, that was the biggest problem last year, was starting off on the wrong foot, non-healthy. Everything was just no momentum for the entire team. I say they hit the ground running this year, win the division, 11-6. Yes, it'll be tight, but they will win this division, playoff berth, go back to what they were looking like 2 seasons ago. And I feel like, Shannon too. I mean, I don't know. I would imagine this entire organization has a giant chip on their shoulder with the amount of disappointment they had last year. I think they're going to be absolutely just driven to win this division. I think they will because of that. And then it gets kind of interesting down the line here. I do, in second place, have Seattle coming in here.
Okay.
I do believe in Darnold here. He's a guy who also feels a lot of pressure. I mean, last year, he doesn't want people to be saying last year was just a flash in the pan.
Right.
He wants to prove himself as a legitimate professional quarterback in the NFL. I think he will. Also, I feel like watch out for Cooper Kupp, dude. Cooper Kupp, Seattle, the Darnold Kupp connection. I think that'll be pretty significant there, dude. Obviously, that's the biggest question mark would be their offense, because Seattle's going to have a pretty stout defense. But again, I think they all rise to the occasion here. So I like what Seattle has put out on the field. 10-7, second place. Third place, Rams, 8-9. Nakua easily 1,000 yards this season. Yes. Big question mark, though, is how the rest of the team's going to look. I mean, I'm worried about Stafford, 37 years old, back problems. Yes, this guy's an absolute workhorse. Dislocated shoulder doesn't matter. This guy's, chugging along and also just playing his game. He was asked about it, obviously, all preseason. He's going to come in here, obviously try not to get hit as much, but he's going to play the game as he normally does, which is with some certain physicality. But that's what worries me a lot, dude. I don't think he goes the distance this season. I think Stafford, without him too, I think the Rams season could get out of hand kind of quick, even with the weapons they have offensively, which is why I have them third, missing the playoffs, 8-9, sub 500, not good. Stafford questioned in terms of his health, I think. Fourth place, you said it, Murray, the COD dude. I don't know. I don't think he's really cut out to be a leader of an offense here. Obviously, some years look better than others, the talent, the evasiveness. But I think for Arizona, respectable, 7-10. Last of the division, though. So,
wow.
There you got it.
Wow. Too. Okay. So I am going to say here, I mean, this is really tough.
It is tough.
But I go with the best coach, and I'll go with Sean McVay.
Wow.
Obviously a Super Bowl champ in his own right, as is Matthew Stafford. Tough as nails, Tony. So I think the Rams, obviously Adams in, Kupp out, Nakua is still there. And then Kyron Williams, and I think a good defense. So I think the Rams win this division 11-6. And I would say in second place, I will go with San Francisco. I think they're another team. Oh, San Francisco. Oh, they're done. They're done. I don't think they're done. I think Brock Purdy could be the best quarterback in this division because Stafford, is he the same? Who knows? But I think the Niners will win 10 games. So 10-7 for San Francisco. Saleh looking good again as a defensive coordinator.
Oh, yeah.
Third place, Seattle, 9-8. I think Darnold, good against the bad teams, bad against the good. And then the Cards, just seems like it's the same old story there. I don't know. I guess 7-10. Marvin Harrison Jr., good, but I just think Murray, I think they're going to look to get out of that contract after this season. But that is the NFC West. So lastly, Tony, who will be facing off in the Super Bowl for the NFC? Against the Bills for you, right? You had the Bills?
It would be against the Bills, yes. So I have them, running up against the Bills here, up against it right now. Boy, is this tough, dude.
Right?
Oh, dude.
But had you said no deal,
the
bank offer would have been.
Oh God. I know. At the risk of sounding crazy, dude, and I guess you were kind of getting me even more hyped just talking about it. But I'm gonna say the Bucs go to the Super Bowl, dude.
Love it, dude. Love that.
I think this is gonna be it, dude. I mean, and we talked about how successful they can be, even with the injuries of Godwin and McMillan. And they're going to get them back second half of the season. So I think it's going to be a total, absolutely like a revitalization for them. Second half, have a good first half, have a good second half, playoffs, momentum, Baker, the energy. And I think he's going to make a lot of magic happening coming out of the NFC South. So give me the Bucs, Bills, double B, Brian. What do you got?
All right. So I have thought about this for a little bit. And let's just get him fired up.
Yeah?
Let's say the Green Bay Packers, first time back in the Super Bowl since the 2000, I believe it was the 2010 season, 2011 Super Bowl. But yeah, I think it's going to be the Green Bay Packers here since Aaron Rodgers hoisted that Lombardi. They are back in the big game, matched up against the Cincinnati Bengals.
I love it, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's freaking
go. A different matchup too. So I love that. And are we caught up with the comments?
I don't think so, dude. We do not. Are we not caught up with the comments quite yet here? Let's see. Oh, we have Donna here coming in saying, "What is up to Yerny?" This says Josh is not drinking yet. Check after 2 p.m. She says, laughing at herself. Josh got a good kick out of that as well. Jay Bird in the comments, hyped for Jaden Daniels. He's also hyped that he's 11 over through 10 on the course right now.
Not too bad, Jay. I mean, just over a bogey a hole. That's pretty good.
And honestly, who knows? Maybe he had like one blow up hole where he was like 5 over, and then, you know, had a couple pars,
Tony.
feeling good, dude. Josh B hyped about that. He says, nice. Donna saying about the Giants, LOL, we shall see. And then your boy, the Earned Deaning here, go Pack go, division winners. He's hyped with your picks, dude. And then Uncuffed says, Shadur Sanders or Jackson Dart, who do you think will be starting first?
Definitely Jackson Dart. Shadur could potentially not even start a game this season, right? I mean,
yeah.
You know, I guess because they are going with Flacco, and then I think Dylan Gabriel is the second, you know, the backup quarterback.
And I mean, I don't know. I mean, not for nothing, dude. I feel like Flacco's another guy who's just like another workhorse. You know, I mean, it seems like his arm is just not. It's there. You know, he's got the distance. So,
he's gonna have to impress in practice. I mean, that's what it is.
Exactly. He's got to work for it.
But this is kind of exciting, and obviously, you know, tomorrow we'll have our resumption of the series against the TCA, but we do have a standalone opener tonight. NBC, Peacock, Chris Collinsworth just signing the extension. Tony, what are they thinking with Mike Tirico? Lincoln Financial Field, the Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Cowboys rivalry renewed. And I would say, you know, let's get some music, Tony. Okay,
let's go.
Can we get some music?
Yeah, baby.
Lincoln
Let's go.
Financial Field, the defending Super Bowl champs, Philadelphia Eagles hosting the Dallas Cowboys. Micah Parson not there. Kenny Clark in. Jerry saying the run defense is going to be better. And the Philadelphia Eagles, 8.5-point home favorites here. Total set at 47.5. What's Dak going to look like? How will George Pickens look like with the Dallas star on his helmet? And what's this Eagles secondary going to do as well? So kind of an interesting spot here. So I look at this game, and I think it'll be interesting to hear what you think and what anybody else thinks too. If you want to leave some comments on this, call in. I think this spread is too high. So while I will say push comes to shove, I do think the Eagles will win this game. I think the number is too high. However, too, if you want to get a little crazy here, as a plus 320 dog, couple shekels might be a good idea. But if you want to play it safe, I think the 8.5 is the bet of the night here. So I think the Eagles will win this game. You know, I'm going to say, I think the odds makers usually know what they're talking about here. I'm going to say 27-20. So just on that under.
Wow.
And I think it's one of those situations, tie game, fourth quarter. You know, I'm going to say maybe 2 minutes left. Jalen Hurts down the field, maybe finding Dallas Goedert, you know, albeit against the Cowboys. I would say with about 30 seconds remaining for the go-ahead score. Couple Hail Marys for Jerry and the boys. Not enough. Probably him in the booth, panning to him. Yet another loss. But yeah, we'll say Eagles 27, Cowboys 20.
Him in the booth. All right, dude. I mean, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, dude. I kind of like the over in this one. And I do agree, though, that plus 8.5 for the Eagles. I don't know, dude. That's a little bit too much, I think.
Right.
I know they're at home. And I know you're thinking good defense. Obviously, think about defense, what they did with Mahomes and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Very, very stout. But I think that obviously CeeDee Lamb had the game, but George Pickens, I think, is a surprise. A lot of people game one. Unfortunately, just like I have these guys paired up in the division, the Cowboys do fall short. But I think it's going to be a Jake Elliott, like, why not, game-ending field goal. I mean, what a way to kick off the 2025 NFL season, Thursday Night Football, first game with a game-ending field goal. I'm going to say from 52 yards out, Eagles slap it in, dude. I see by the final score here, 37-35 in a shootout here in week one. Cowboys fans, tough, but you know what? Hey, offense looks great. So a lot to look forward to, dude. So give me Philly and the over.
Wow. All right. Just like that, first pick, Tony, the NFL season. Obviously, tomorrow will be nuts. The full slate. But obviously, I mean, it's two teams that it's not that we're not like, Kev Dew, who's going to jump out of a building over the Cowboys, like not liking them. But it's just like, they're obviously not our teams, but I think just football being back on the field, I think it's going to be an awesome night.
Oh yeah, dude. Are you gonna be watching at your house?
Yes. So the
dude.
plan is, the shoulders rested up, Advil this morning too, just in case. Did a little heating pad as well. So gonna get back out in the golf course.
You are, dude.
There we go. Did the elliptical yesterday, was fine. Boy, just two solid days in a row of gym, chicken and vegetables. I mean, it feels like the full couple week bender is just in the rear view mirror. Feels so much better. I'm sure you notice that with your chopped meat sometimes, couple runs in a row, no pops for a couple of days. I mean, it is a good feeling, no?
No, yeah, it is a great feeling, actually. Yeah, actually, it's kind of crazy. Actually, I was thinking about it this morning when you are kind of eating healthy and kind of sobering up. It's a good time, dude.
Yeah,
it's a great time.
Yeah,
you feel really good, body good. Hopefully, you have a good round on the course today, dude.
Yeah,
Gainer?
I mean, obviously, yes, Gainer. Yes. Obviously, that's the goal, Tony, right?
Yeah, dude.
So. Let's go.
Are you gonna be drinking on the course? You think?
No.
Cart.
Why?
18.
Why though?
Why?
Right?
Focus on the game, dude.
Yeah. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Excited for that, and like we said, big focus tomorrow. Of course. But yeah, that's what we got for football. I guess actually to go to do the comments first, because I guess we got uncuffed again, right?
We do. He says, as a Giants-Jets fan, I'm really excited about the Giants this year. I think they found their man in Jackson Dart. He's Josh Allen 2.0. You think that's going to be 2.0?
I think. Allen, I mean, no. I think it could. He could, but I mean, it's just how do you know right now? I mean, we got to give it time, right?
Yeah, exactly. Give it some time here. He says it's great to see a quarterback that could finally throw over 10 yards down the field for the Giants. And yeah, dude, I think so. It's going to be speaking of that, dude, I mean, it's so wild to me that we're going to be seeing Daniel Jones, Colts uniform, starting QB for them. Like I really would have guessed that, to be honest.
No, absolutely not.
Wouldn't you have thought I mean, obviously, quarterback positions in certain teams kind of sketchy, including the Colts with Richardson. But I mean, boy, did you I didn't really think he'd be playing another down, or at least as a starting QB,
Yeah, but honestly, man, Richardson is just shot.
He is pretty.
He just doesn't have the maturity either. So be interesting to see, because I'm with you. I think Jones is still gonna be bad, but I don't know. Maybe Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, right?
Yeah,
I mean, maybe good. Those guys kind of help things out here. So we'll have to see. But it's going to be fascinating, Tony, just like the full NFL season. But what wasn't fascinating last night? The world of Major League Baseball.
It's deep to left. It's 700. Albert Pujols.
Yeah, what a play. Stop it. Yep.
And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight. And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeouts.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right, Tony. So unfortunately, I mean, there's no other way to say it. A tough one in Houston last night. The Yankees, blowing 3-0, 4-1 lead, losing 8-7. Unfortunately, the bullpen, 6 runs given up last night. Definitely some stuff to talk about here in terms of course, no one liked, bringing in Devin Williams there in the 8th inning tie game. What do you know? He gives up 4 runs and 3 walks. But looked like some terrible calls from the home plate umpire, younger umpire, seemed like, trying to kind of, stick out his chest, I guess you could say. I just thought at the end of the day, Tony, I just thought it was embarrassing. To be honest, because he made some mistakes and he just didn't have a consistent strike zone. So that's why you had Jazz. I mean, Jazz after the game, I don't know if you saw this, posted SMD in reference to the umpire, because it was a ball outside, last call of the game, and the ump makes the call, and then he was calling other pitches that were out of the strike zone strikes, but then not for the Yankees, and it was just a complete mess. But what I will say, at the end of the day, despite that, and I know it's like kind of like with the Yankees, how I say, despite Boone, despite Howe, despite Cashman, you still should be able to get the job done. But they were in all honesty, they still should have won this game. I mean, your bullpen, which has been good lately. I mean, you look at the numbers here. I mean, 3 innings pitched. You gave up 6 hits, 6 runs, 4 walks. I mean, this is not going to get it done. I mean, It was like a pitching machine out there.
Not good.
So, I mean, I think that was the key, and it was just kind of interesting. Warren pulled after only 67 pitches, but did allow a home run on a hanging curveball to Jeremy Pena there in the 6th inning. So, maybe you leave him in. I mean, he'd only allowed 5 hits and 2 runs and 4 walks with no walks and 4 strikeouts. So that's one thing you could point to. But Fernando Cruz has been good. But, just unfortunately, everybody they brought in just didn't get the job done. And then Devin Williams, getting pinched on a couple of strike calls. But it's just, he's got 6 losses this season. And we're now, after this loss, 3.5 games back. It's so hard not to point to that. A guy with a 5.6 ERA, Boone is just like dying to put him in to a close game. And I just feel like that deserves to be discussed. Listen, I mean, how many guys, and no one did their job in the bullpen yesterday. But it's just like, and then after he's thrown 30 pitches and the bases are still loaded and it is a tie game, you have a chance to, I don't know, bring in somebody like Tim Hill who can get a ground ball and get out of it. And, you just don't do that. You leave him in there to die. And I just think that's poor managing at the end of the day. But also, you're going to need Cruz and Weaver to be at their best here. I think Duvall has shown us he can't be trusted. But I think, too, the way I see it, and despite them, like I said, not having their best performances last night, I think Luke Weaver needs to be your 8th inning guy. Obviously, Bednar closing, and then Cruz in the 7th. I think deploying Weaver in the 6th and the 7th, I mean, it's just too early. You need him there when things get tight at the end of the game. So that's kind of my thought. And then maybe you want to go Duvall for the 7th. Use Tim Hill more as well. I think there was, a couple situations where he could have been brought in. So unfortunately, the bullpen kills us. That's something that can't happen moving forward, but it is what it is. And unfortunately, another great offensive night. 7 runs the game before, 7 runs last night, 11 hits. And you look up and down the lineup. How about Austin Wells too? Kind of a resurgence here, specifically this week. Has been hitting better, 3 for 4, 2 RBIs with his 20th home run of the season. So it's kind of interesting, as bad of a year and as much as we want to get rid of him, I mean, Austin Wells for a catcher having 20 home runs, 63 RBIs. I mean, not terrible. It's just you hate the 217 average. But the OPS is over 700. So kind of interesting there. What do you know? Anthony Volpe over 3 strikeouts. And then, you did get home runs from Stanton, his 18th. Bellinger, a huge 3-run homer with 2 outs in the 9th to make it within 1 run. So that was, his 27th of the year. And then, I mean, other than that, Judge, was 1 for 5. And you had 2 hits from Ryan McMahon. So you love to see that as well. Ben Rice as well, 2 for 4. So, a lot of offense, and it's interesting with Wells hitting his 20th. It's now 6 players on this team that have 20 home runs, and the record is 7. And they have Volpe, who has 19, Stanton with 18, so they will probably break the major league record. 8 players with 20 home runs. Obviously, the important thing is the wins and losses, not that, but pretty remarkable, though, the depth of this lineup, despite the loss here. But 8 guys, potentially with 20 home runs. I mean, that's not a small feat.
No, by no means is that. I mean, that's a great testament to your lineup. The offense your lineup could produce. But obviously, like you said, dude, I mean, it boils down to winning games. Tough loss last night, but I mean, you gotta bounce back, dude.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Especially like Jazz, clearly upset, pissed off. I mean, you need him just level-headed. All right,
Exactly.
He can't be.
He's probably going to
hot-headed.
get fined. I'm imagining for that post.
I would think so, right? Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But like you said, it's next game. Bounce back. Let's go.
No, that's it. Exactly. And like, listen, I'm not going to say, was I pissed off, Tony, that I went to bed at 11:30 and once it was 4-4 in the 8th inning, of course, I'm always, hoping for the positive, but come on, back of my mind, road game, 4-1 lead gone, Devin Williams in the game. Did I really think it was going to work out? I mean,
probably not
really, but then the Bellinger home run, Jazz working the count, standing on deck. Abreu with his worst ERA of his career against the Yankees. So, I mean, stuff was lining up for it. So it was tough. But like I said, this is now you've set yourself up. Unfortunately, a game, yesterday you should have won. You don't. Now this is a huge swing game. Either we're the same old team if we lose tonight. If we win, great start to the 12-game stretch. It's crazy, what a balancing act that is. But at the end of the day, you can do it. 14 runs in these 2 games. You're hitting the ball. And I feel good about Rodon. I think Rodon is going to lock in. Christian Javier's thrown 15 innings this year. I think we can hit him. I think our lefties are going to have success tonight. And let's just go do it. And then we got a big series against Toronto. So let's go. We can't dwell on this. But this also can't happen. So that's the thing that has to, the bullpen, it's just got to get figured out. And you would think that like maybe, Boone wouldn't be so antsy next time to get Williams in there. I mean, before we get to the comments and move on from this, so I mean, what do you think, Tony? I mean, is he just gonna do this all season with Williams? Like he just needs to. He can't help it. I know Williams has been pitching better, but every time it's a tight one, he doesn't. But yet he keeps still getting chances. 5.60 ERA. Will Aaron Boone rest of this season continue to put him in tie games, 1-run games?
Yeah, it seems like it,
right?
right? I mean, at this point, he's still doing it. So, like, what
fireable offense, though?
Yeah.
If we had a normal,
and what is ever going to stop him? And I do wonder because you talk about the Boone Cashman connection, and I wonder how much of it is maybe Cashman in his ear saying, "Hey, man, like just give Devin Williams another shot. He's supposed to be this premier closer or whatever." Because it is like you said. I mean, like what? I mean, nothing's pointing to him not doing it because it should have been stopped by now.
The best part too with Williams is like in the games where they're losing or they're up by 6, he's pitching well. So like, why can't we just like let that be his role and not get so antsy? I feel like he just like. Don't you think part of it? I guess it's really Cashman because we always talk about these moves. Who's deciding it's Cashman? But Cashman wanting to prove everybody wrong. I really think that's what it is.
No, I think that's what it is.
And that's killing the team.
Killing it.
You can't do that. But like I said, still no excuse. The bullpen was atrocious last night. So I'm hoping Rodon can give him 7. And then, maybe Bednar has a 6-out save, to be honest, because I just don't want to fuck around. Tim Hill, always in my circle of trust, despite the home run he gave up last time against the White Sox. But that's just my thoughts. And we do have a couple more from Uncuffed.
Yes,
Josh and Donna.
Yes. Uncuffed getting in here, actually. He's saying, let's see, I'm not going to be biased, but the umpires made some bad calls last night. That one on Jazz in the 9th was a ball.
Yeah.
I honestly think some of these umpires are doing it on purpose with these blown calls he's saying.
And I want to continue this conversation. And who knows, honestly, with Clase and Ortiz, all that stuff. But do you also think that it's becoming a thing around the league? These umpires are sick of Aaron Boone, like the yelling, the complaining. Not that all managers don't complain, but I mean, do you think that plays into it at all, Tony? That they're not going to give when they can go against them, they're going to go against them. And I don't know. I'm just asking the question. I mean, is that plausible?
I guess it is, especially like you're saying, this guy was a younger umpire. So again, maybe he just wanted to prove a point, assert himself against a manager like Boone. But I don't know. I mean, I have to look more into that. I mean, that'd be very highly unprofessional of umpires.
David Cohn was actually calling him out. David Cohn always gives it to you straight. And he was saying he thought that, kind of what you're saying, like a young umpire trying to assert himself. He said he was staring down Boone after the pitching change and looking for a reason to eject him, and that there was no reason to eject him and Devin Williams, that he was taking it too far. So for David Cohn to say that, right? I mean, I don't think he's just going to say that blindly.
Yeah, no, of course not, dude. And I guess to go a little bit deeper even, Uncuffed says that Doval balk was horrible too. ESPN should look into some of these umpires, see if they're placing bets on these games.
And Cohn said that as well. He said the umpire given Doval sideways wind up delivery motion, he wouldn't be able to see it from behind home plate, and that's got to be the second base umpire's call. So maybe there is something here. I would be pumped, honestly. You know what it honestly reminds me of? There was this teacher that we all hated in middle school. I'm telling you, just like complete dick, like absolute complete dick. Seemed kind of weird, whatever. And then it was like 10 years after we were done, maybe even 5 years, 5 to 7, call it that. But he was my least favorite teacher of all time, almost, pretty much. And then he got arrested for some like scandal, like inappropriate. And it was just like, you just knew it the whole time. Like the guys, you know what I mean? So I don't know. It would kind of line up because I just didn't, like I said, we should have won, but like that stuff is very unprofessional. And that's why it reminded me of that situation.
Yeah, dude. Can't be, touching the kids, dude.
I think he's still in the pen, or maybe he's out now. I don't know, but I'm glad he went to jail, honestly. So fuck you, dude. All
right. Josh B here. I guess with the exhausted emojis, I guess from the Yankees loss.
Yeah.
I'm sure Josh B, back to they gotta prove they
No. I actually called Josh, talked to him, and it's at the end of the day, I mean, he wants to win. So what are we gonna do? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's just, I want to win. He wants to win. So let's win. And, we can't focus on this. And listen, comes down to the night, end of the day. You know what I mean? So I can seem like I'm making excuses. No excuse tonight. You have to win. So you have to do it, or the same narrative is going to be there. So what are the players going to do? Is Jazz going to be all pissed from last night, or he's going to go out, make some great defensive plays, steal a couple bags, and have a couple hits in a tight win? Is that what's going to happen? What's the narrative going to be?
Normally they do like the same crew, right? But rotate it for the umps,
Yes.
right? So this guy will probably be on like first base or something.
Yeah. Oh man.
Maybe Rodon a throw.
He was such a chief, though.
Dude.
He was such a chief.
And then Donna Lee saying ABS. And then she says you put the juju on the Yankees after all that bickering back and forth on Discord.
Yeah, completely like literally screaming at the top of my lungs at Hot Take Johnny yesterday.
Really, dude?
Yeah.
Michael Buckner said he got into a Hot Take Johnny on the gaming corner.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's just, I don't know. I talked to Josh about this, and it's just, I don't know. There's just certain things and certain tones. I told Hot Take Johnny it was a tone thing. But I know we've talked about that a while. But yeah, and Donna believes in the juju. Her watching the game, not watching Donna, watch the game as you want, and it doesnn't matter what I say. Like I always say, if what I say has anything to do with what happens on the field, then I don't want to watch the game anymore, because that's insane. And I was trying to be nice and not use the word screaming. LOL. No, it was screaming. It was screaming. I don't know. I just have a hard time having a serious conversation with Hot Take Johnny. I don't know. With baseball, with Yankees Mets basically is what I'm talking about. And then one other thing I wanted to touch on too. And it actually kind of relates to what I was saying, but I think we might have missed this one. But Uncuff was saying, "Don't embarrass my Mets so much, Brian. Tony, please give me some positive about the Mets." Mm-hmm. And I said this to Josh yesterday because I know there's like this thought, like, "Oh, me," and you probably even thinking, but that's fine, whatever. But I'm just unfair, the Mets, this and that. But Uncuffed, seriously, I mean, I could just tell you straight out. I mean, I think obviously they've proved it this past month. They have a really good offense. There's no doubt about that. And I think there's a lot to be excited about when it comes to McLean. Obviously, Tong, one start. How do you really know anything? But that was a good start as well. But I just think that's what it is. I think the Mets are going to make the playoffs. But just like what happened with the Yankees last night, you're not doing anything if you can't rely on the bullpen. So that's what the Mets doing anything is going to come down to, is the bullpen and the starting pitching. Can it just be representable? I think that's the thing that's holding them back, but they're fortunate that they have a nice cushion there on the wild card spot. So I would say they're pretty much a lock for the playoffs, but the difference between them winning one game in the playoffs is going to come down to the pitching. Can the pitching step up? And I know that's something that Tony wants to see.
Yes, absolutely. Especially after last night, dude. I mean, it was not good at all. Obviously, the 6-2 loss, tough, dude. Yes, you'll get it. Win 2 out of 3 against Detroit in Comerica Park. You got to feel good about that, especially after putting up 22 runs over the first 2 games. But obviously, it was a night where the offense, I guess, came back down to earth a little bit. Which, not to say anyone was really doing bad. I mean, you had 8 hits as a team. You had opportunities with runners in scoring position, 2 for 9, which again isn't the worst you've seen during a Met game. But still, you would have liked, again, like just a better pitching performance, dude. Like it is like there's something to be said about this lineup, especially when they're playing behind like a Tong or a McLean or anyone who does well, really. Because they just have like a I don't know, a pep in their step when that happens. Because they know, like at the bottom half of the inning or the top half of the inning, whenever they're pitching, like they have a good chance of having a 3 up, 3 down, right back in the batter's box, get things going. They can take things easy, score a run here, feel good. You don't have that with pitchers, like Clay Holmes. All right. I'm really tired of hearing the whole ground ball specialist thing because it really just doesn't work because you just get up hits. And I mean, a night where you just needed something quality out of him.
Just a little something.
4 2/3, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks. Again, some of the strikeouts were there. Honestly, 6 Ks over 4 2/3 is a lot for Clay Holmes. But boy, dude, I mean, it's just like you can't just look better, It just, I mean, Detroit's not even talented hitters necessarily, I guess, but it's just like, I don't know, man. It just seems like that pitches where you would expect to be either a strikeout or even a ground out to first ends up being a bloop single, into right. Because what your movement is not good enough, I guess, what it boils down to, right? The sinker just doesn't have enough movement on it. I mean, again, you can look to Noah McLean. I mean, his sinker is phenomenal, dude. It has tremendous drop vertically, back end. It just pulls the floor right out from under you. And I mean, Clay Holmes doesn't have that on his sinker right now. And because of that, he gets hit around. Obviously you could say, all right, well, the offense, could have done better against Casey Mize. But honestly, like 5 innings, 1 earned run, like that's like the starts that Casey Mize has been putting out there. It's like 5 innings, 1 earned run, 5 innings, 2 earned runs. It's like, yes, maybe you could have done a little bit better against him, but I mean, he did exactly what you would anticipate from, for Casey Mize here. It's like, it's just tough. Yes, maybe his, their starter and Mize was a little bit better than Holmes. But then obviously another big question mark is going to be Ryan Helsley, dude. I mean, doesn't get through an inning, 3 hits, 3 earned runs. And I mean, like, going into, that 7th inning, I don't know. I mean, maybe again to go back to parallels with the Mets and Yankees, but it almost is right now. Mendoza like looking like Aaron Boone throwing in Williams. Exactly, dude. I mean, this guy is, dude. I wish I got to see if I have this stat saved. I think I took a photo of it.
Isn't his last 7 appearances like a 14 ERA?
Dude, with the Mets, he has a 12-something ERA, dude. After coming from the Cardinals, where he had a sub-3 ERA.
Wow.
Like there really isn't, like, I don't even know what to think about Helsley right now.
That he sucks.
No, yeah, exactly. But it's like, what do you look to? Again, the tipping the pitches thing is something we talked about. Obviously, you're still doing it. I mean, you come in the 7th, and it's the class, the Hells Bells. You come out, dude. Leadoff single to Keith. Okay, dude, and it's a 6-pitch at bat. You're throwing your 101 fastball here that's getting fouled off. And I did see this quote from him. I guess he's complaining that he's saying that batters are seeing his 100-mile-an-hour fastball as if it's 91, instead of 101. But I mean, like, what does that even mean? Like, I don't, then you're throwing sliders out of the zone. You work yourself into a 3-1 count. Okay, you get a slider fouled off, and then you go for the strikeout with the 4-seamer high fastball. And you give up a single. And you walk Torres because, again, you just can't find the strike zone. I mean, I don't care if they're hitting the pitch or not. Like, you're not throwing these balls in the strike zone, dude.
Right.
You're down 2-0, right? You battle back 2-2. Then it's 3-2. Then, then you have to go to your 4-seamer because you don't have the confidence in your slider hitting the strike zone, right? And then you miss a high 4-seamer that could have been arguable, but they walk him. And then you have bases, 2 on. Matt Carpenter comes up. And what do? Your first pitch is a slider outside of the zone. You're down 1-0. So you're like, all right, let me throw a fastball, try to get something on the board here. Throw it homer, And I guess you can say, I guess you could argue it's a well-located fastball, but I mean, if you had your slider working and some of these batters are sitting fastball, it's just predictable when your slider's not working, obviously. So it's just like tipping your pitches or not, batters are good at it or they're not. like you're not throwing your best pitches. You know, I mean, that's what it boils down to. And I think that, in my opinion, like, I don't know, we've broken down his appearances. We've broken down these at bats. Like, it's not that you're tipping pitches. It's not that they're good batters. You know, I'm sitting here and I'm telling you that when you throw your first 2 pitches outside the zone and you're down in a 2-0 count, like, how do you expect to like battle back every time from that?
Yeah.
Your location is not there. For whatever reason it is. And if you want to blame other things, go for it. But at the end of the day, I mean, you got to look for yourself here. And you got to fix it. You know, you got to tell yourself what's wrong and you got to fix it, dude. Uncuffed says Ryan Helsley is JJ Putz 2.0. And it's laughable, dude. It is, dude. I mean, it's like, I don't know, dude. Like, because I think you said it last week. It's like, you know, a scenario for the Mets where you thought at the deadline you had things covered coming out of your bullpen.
Jeez, who was it Robles that was terrible out of the pen for the Mets?
Yes.
Is that kind of going to remind you of him or no? Was it Hector?
Hector Robles?
Yeah.
I guess so, but I don't know. I mean, I was like really hyped for Helsley, dude.
Yeah.
Like I was really hyped for. I was like, wow, that's a great get.
Yeah.
And I was like thinking, all right, Phillies, like they got Duran. Fine, dude. Like you get Ryan Helsley, dude. He's been absolutely lights out for the Cards, the Hells Bells, the song, the atmosphere he brings into the game. I mean, I really thought it was like a surefire way to like help out Diaz when he needs a day off. You use him in the 8th inning, that's fine too. And honestly, I don't know. I've never really been that hyped, I feel like, for, you know, a bullpen acquisition before.
Yeah, because I mean, he had been one of the best closers in the game last couple of years, and he just obviously just is not like a quality reliever right now at all.
Yeah, like literally like anything but, dude. I mean, his ERA is just atrocious. It probably is a 14 after last night.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's just like, and it's just since the deadline.
Yeah. No, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, it's brutal, dude. So, I mean, obviously tough loss. You ended the 16 games streak here. I think you're 9-7.
Okay.
So not bad. I mean, again, you feel good about your wild card position. You're off today, so rest the bullpen.
What do you think about Uncuffed? Blaming it on Hefner, saying he's going to be showing the door. The pitching lab maybe overstated or no? To an extent.
I mean, I think so. I mean, you think about even when, like, look what Reed Garrett has looked like this second half of the year too. It's just like Stanek has looked like. And obviously, I don't know. I mean, it's tough, dude. I mean, obviously, you want change. Hefner has been held to a high regard for sure. But I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, coaching or not, like good coaching or bad coaching, whatever it is, could you not see this coming with the first half the starting rotation has had for the Mets? I mean, you knew that some type of fatigue was going to hit this bullpen. And that was because they just eat innings, you know, like every start they were eating innings. If you weren't David Peterson, like they weren't going 7 innings, they weren't barely going 6 innings, you know? And then the AJ Minter, I always point to that injury sucked. Having him out for this season. That was a huge bullpen piece. Gone. Drew Smith, gone. You know, Brooks really was injured for the first half too, so you didn't have him. So I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, do I think that Helsley is bad because of Hefner? No, there's no way.
No, he's just,
you know,
in his head, maybe new environment, just can't handle it. Maybe
right.
Not cut out for New York.
And I mean, again, like, is that Hefner's fault? I mean, no, you can't.
No.
I mean, he can do his best mechanically.
I think right, though, I mean, there probably was some unfair expectations put on Hefner, like just thinking about last year. It's like, oh, yeah, it doesn't matter who it is. Like, he's just going to make him, like, just optimal best in his career. And it's like, that doesn't always work like that.
It doesn't always work like that. You know, when you fucking start a guy who hasn't started in 9 seasons, you know, oh, God, you tried to try fucking Paul Blackburn and some of these pieces that, you know, that Stearns got for you this season. Like you said, I think maybe it was like, like Hefner will figure it out with them sort of mindset, which, like you said, I mean, for pitchers that are as bad as Frankie Montas, like it just seems like it's a lost cause.
You're bad. Kind of like Syndergaard to the Dodgers.
Yeah,
right?
No, exactly, dude. So, I mean, obviously huge question marks coming in with the pitching as always. I mean, again, you look at those 9 wins over the past 16 games, mostly offense. You're mostly hitting those overs, you know, on those games. So it's like, that's what you have to rely on to continue to win games. You're off today. You got the Reds coming up this weekend.
Big series.
big series
in
here.
Cincinnati.
You are in Cincy. You should be seeing Jonah Tong. I guess we can let's see. Let's look at the pitching matchups. But regardless, I mean, I guess you feel kind of good about it. I mean, no, I don't want to see roster. I want to see schedule here. Peterson first, Tong, game 2 on Saturday, then Senga on Sunday, dude.
Okay. So
yeah, okay is right, I
Yeah.
guess. I mean, you feel good. You hope, Peterson can kind of have a bounce back start here. Obviously these games mean a lot. Cincinnati, in terms of the wild card here, still 4 games back. No, excuse me, 5 games back. But still, you want to win games, you want to bury them a little bit. In the meantime, San Francisco, who's won 9 of their last 10, are 4 games behind you for the wild card, which is pretty outrageous. So you don't want to lose any games at all, because you could be finding yourself now. I mean, if you get swept by the Reds, which is not going to happen, but all of a sudden they have 2 games, maybe Giants jump you at that point, and then you're struggling.
Yeah.
So you want to continue to put out there, you put out your best baseball, obviously. In terms of pitching, I mean, Mendoza said it yesterday, everything's on the table. Because I think he realizes too, this is like an all hands on deck scenario where it's like you have to figure it out, and you have, I don't know, 23 games, 22 games to do it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then Uncuffed also says every pitcher on this pitching staff is horrible. The only pitchers I trust is Nolan McLean and Edwin Diaz. Remember that David Stearns didn't hire Hefner, Billy Epler hire. I think he's gone.
True.
Good point. And then also he had mentioned earlier he thought CB Buckner was the worst umpire in baseball, but there's about 20 other CB Buckners out there. True, umpiring seems at a low. And actually, I wanted to cite that a couple of things I wanted to add before we get to our picks here. They did do the scorecard for umpire Brian Walsh, Tony, last night. So 90% accurate. And it was 0.5% below expected. The overall factor gave 1.4 runs to Houston, obviously a 1-run game, so that's not great. Overall consistency 90. The MLB average is 94. And then it says impactful missed calls, 2 outs, bases loaded, 2-0 count. Williams ends up walking Trammell, but the strike is called a ball. So that obviously came back to bite on a full count. And then bottom of the first, Warren to Altuve, 1-2 count, strike is called a ball. Top of 4th, Alexander Stanton, 0 outs, bases empty, 2-0 count, a ball is called a strike. And then they said called ball accuracy 93%, average is 97. Called strike accuracy 85, average is 88. 8 of 52 strikes were called true balls. 8 of 115 called balls were true strikes. So obviously a terrible report card for Walsh. And how dare him though? The look he had on his face, so disgusted. It's like, you're disgusted. Like, how do you think the players feel? How do you think the coaches feel? Just a terrible job. And I hope he gets reprimanded. I really do. Because that's absolutely a joke. And then also I saw this from Katie Sharp entering tonight, which was obviously last night. Devin Williams had allowed a 728 OPS in high leverage plate appearances and a 321 OPS in low plate appearances. What do you know, Aaron Boone? You don't need to force him out there. And then a couple other things here. Uncuffed, it also said baseball has really turned volatile. I think nobody knows who's going to go to the World Series. I think about who is the hottest team. Definitely true. And then supposedly this is breaking news from Uncuffed. That Andy Martino just reported the Mets are on the verge of calling up Brandon Sprout for a start.
Yeah, not surprised. I mean, I feel like they talked about him being called up at some point in September.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, like I was saying too, Mendoza's words about everything on the table here. That's what he's trying to do. So, I mean, Mendoza's doing the best to put the best pitchers out there. Sprout, another highly touted, pitcher from the farm organization here. So hopefully you can hit on him, because so far you can arguably say you're 2 for 2. Obviously McLean with the 4th win, you feel really great. Tong, obviously you want to see more good starts out of him. But to have Sprout come up and again, just put some type of life into this rotation would be just absolutely outstanding,
Yeah. How did the picks go last night? Do we know?
Oh, actually, I don't know. I don't think. Probably
think
not
they're
great,
shit,
dude. Yeah,
honestly.
probably shit, dude, is right. So let's see. You're the Yankees in the over.
So that's 1-1.
1-1.
They had the Padres in the over.
Padres in the under. I have written
Okay,
down.
so 0-2, so 1-3, and then what was the last one? Pirates.
You had Dodgers.
Pirates over or no?
Over.
So 1-5.
Yeah.
Nice.
1-5. I had Mets in the over, which I'm pretty sure was actually maybe it was 7.5. I kind of doubt it. Yeah, no, dude. So it's 0-2 there for the Mets in the over, and then we had what? We had Milwaukee. Excuse me, in the over. I was getting somewhat. Milwaukee, and I'll double check if the over because I'm not sure. It could have been 9.5, I guess, right?
Could have been.
It was 8.5. That's 2-0 spot with Milwaukee in the over. Nice job beating the Phillies. Love that, dude. And then I had Toronto in the under. How did they do yesterday? They won, but hammered the over. Jesus, 13-9. Shane Bieber, interesting. So that is a 3-3 spot for me. You were 1-5, so
Now you take the lead.
I do take the lead. Excuse me, sorry. Because what the hell? Where did I put the records? It was 45 and I guess 37.
Sounds about right.
Notes are getting a little out of hand, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, there it is. 45-37. So you're 46 and 40. So Brian and Tony will be 48.
It should be 38.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, I'm saying like 48 and 38.
38. Yeah, you're right. 2 games.
And then did I go first yesterday?
I went first on Monday, so I went first yesterday.
Okay, so I do go first.
You go first.
Another edition MLB 6-pack pick segment here, brought to you by Velvet Llama.
Let's get jacked
Drink up and drink responsibly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's perfect.
The
for 6
drinking.
games. Yes, the drinking. But 6 games, so perfect. Obviously, Astros, Rodon, Javier. We talked about it. Yankees minus 145 favorites. Houston plus 120. You got to win a series. Got to win this series. This is a huge game here. Be interesting. It looks like Stan's not going to be in left. It kind of cost him a run or two playing left field last night. I mean, just no range, obviously. So I would imagine we'll see Bellinger in probably Jason Dominguez in left, and probably Bellinger in right, and Grisham in center, I would imagine. But anyway, I think Christian Javier, Yankees can get to him. I think they'll tag him for 4 over 5 1/3. I think they'll put up another 7, so 7 runs all series long. I think Rodon goes 7, so a game of 7s here. 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 10 strikeouts. And I think it's Yankees 7, the Astros 3. So Yankees over, and also take Judge and Grisham for homers in this one.
Yanks over. All right. I kind of hate every single matchup that there is left here on the board. Obviously, the Mets are off, so it should be pretty interesting to see where I go. And I mean, dude, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll go to Minnesota here. Target Field. I know you're like, wow, you're going to fade the White Sox? They've won 4 in a row, I think. Yeah, 4 in a row. Obviously, their first started against the Yankees. They have so far won 3 out of 4 against the Minnesota Twins, looking to wrap up this 4-game set. The last time this season they'll be facing each other. Chicago leads the regular season series 4-2. They've been pounding the Twins this series, outscoring them 22-10. Offense has been hot. I think tonight it stops kind of, maybe. I don't know. But I would hammer the over. Fraser Allard, don't know much about him, but 9 1/3 innings pitched so far this season, 4.82 ERA, bullpen guy opener. I think the Twins go hard here. I don't know, man. I think the balls will be flying out of the park left and right. Taj Bradley probably gets popped too. So hammer the over 8.5. Twins walk it off, bottom of the 9th. I'll say a walk-off single I guess by Buxton. Why not, dude? Twins go on to win. I'll say 7-6.
Speaking of 7, Rays going for 7 in a row tonight. George M. Steinbrenner Field facing the Guardians. Ryan Pepois, 10-10, 3-7, 155 Ks, 158 innings. Logan Allen for the Guardians, 7-10, 4-4-2, 105 strikeouts and 134 in the third innings. And I mentioned them winning 6 in a row, going for 7. Cleveland, last night did snap a 3-game losing streak. But the Rays are hot, and I think they're going to hit around to Allen. Junior Caminero, I think will hit his 41st and 42nd home run of the season. A warm night there in Tampa, Florida. And I think Pepois shuts down this very mediocre Cleveland offense other than Jose Ramirez. I think 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. And I think the Rays win this one, I'll say 6-2. So give me the Rays and just the under.
Rays under. All right, now next game, let's do it, dude. We're gonna go to Kauffman Stadium. Royals taking on the Angels here. Third game of this 2-game set. Royals trying to avoid the sweep. Another team avoiding the sweep here. I'm taking the team avoiding the sweep. Angels won 4 of the last 5. Pulling out of their breaches. I don't care, dude. Noah Cameron towing the slab here for the Royals. 8 scoreless. Fanning 9 Angels. Watch out now. Kyle Hendricks is up a few early on. Gets knocked around. Doesn't really matter, though. Royals win this game. I'm going to say by a score of 3-1. Give me Royals and the under.
All right. It's the third game, final game. One close to the heart for Tony here. Brewers and Phillies. Freddie Peralta towing the slab for Milwaukee. 16-5, 2.58. Rangers score 6-3-0-2. Kind of interesting. I think come playoff time, I do think Philadelphia is the better team. But at at home here, Brewers have been great, 46-25. Phillies on the road, under 500, 35-36. I think Peralta, great. I think 6 1/3, 11 strikeouts, only 1 earned run. And I think we will see the Brewers put up a 5 spot and win 5-2. Brewers and just the under.
Another just at the under, dude. I guess that leaves me with 1 game left, huh?
Yeah. Pirates.
I kind of don't really like that, dude. Skeens
you gotta
Day.
make it. I wanted to see what you would say, to be honest.
You're gonna find out what I'm gonna say right now. Because I think there's gonna be over under 6.5, dude. We know why. Oh man, I mean, I really cannot see Blake Snell not pitching 8 scoreless, to be honest. Maybe even full game shutout. Blake Snell. I'll say Blake Snell full game shutout, dude. Dodgers win this game in extras. Skeens 7 scoreless. They walk it off in extras. They win this game. I'm gonna say 3-2. Give me the Dodgers. Give me the under, dude.
All right. Bang. Just like that, MLB 6-pack pick segment.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go Yankees. Let's get the job done. And then home we go. Ready to take the Blue Jays.
What would you have picked at the Pirates-Dodgers game?
I would have picked the Dodgers. Not getting swept. Right. I know Skeens is great. I know the Pirates. 41-30 at home. Nothing to scoff about.
But. I mean, listen, Skeens 9-9, loses a lot of games this year. No offense behind him.
Come on,
dude. It's not great, dude.
I'll
tell you what is great though.
Another edition, Immaculate Grid. Strike the music back up, Tony. And what do you know? The Mets.
Was Yankees yesterday?
The Yankees were yesterday. Yep.
I feel like they do that, dude.
Yep.
They do that on purpose.
No, we've mentioned it. They know.
All right. So, Mets A's, you think JD Davis too much?
No. JD Davis is never too much.
Because you can do Isringhouse, you can do Marte.
Do Davis.
We'll do Davis. Yeah, JD.
Or was Ike there too? I guess.
Point
Ike was on the A's
7, dude. Wow.
Rockies Cubs. Juan Pierre.
How about Mets Rockies? Todd Zeal.
Yep.
2%. I'll take it.
There we go.
The Mets 200 career wins is interesting. I mean, we can go a lot of different ways. Did David Cohn have 200 wins?
Yes, I think. I'm not sure though.
I'm not sure either.
Obviously, Pedro.
You can do Pedro, you can do Verlander, you can do
But
Scherzer.
maybe think about it for a second. Under 3 A's, Blake Trinan.
Okay. Not over there. Blake Trinan. 0.9. I love it.
There we go.
What do you got for the Rockies? Under 3 for the Rockies.
I know Kyle Freeland had one good year before his career fell off a cliff, Tony. I don't know anybody else, to be honest. But again, I guess we could wait a second, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
And then what I'm thinking for 200 career wins,
Sub
ERA
3.
under 3, John Smoltz.
Yeah, I like that, dude. John Smoltz. Oh. 2%. There we go.
There we go.
You think Cubs 200 wins? You think Maddox will be too much? Greg Maddox?
Maybe let it marinate for a
a
second.
little bit.
Rich Harden, A's Cubs.
Rich Harden.
Jimmy's brother.
Anything from the Peanut Gallery? Nada,
Ernie
dude.
retired from being the Swami.
Retired. Uncuffed maybe with a little Mets pick here would be nice. I don't know who would be too
I don't know.
because I feel like Pedro would be a lot. Scherzer just got his 200 win not too long ago, right?
I'll leave it up to you. You're Mr. Met. So.
Oh wow.
No, I'm just saying, right?
No, you're not wrong, dude.
Or Bartolo Colon.
Bart, I don't think he has 200 wins.
No, I think he does.
You think he does?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a feeling he doesn't, but I guess I'm not totally sure. But I thought, I don't know about David Cone. I feel like David Cone doesn't, because I think David Cone would be a good pick here. I guess I'll just go with Max. You don't think so? Why, you want to do Bart?
Yeah, I would go Bart. I know everyone remembers the home run, so maybe it's high, but I think it's even lower than anybody else.
6%. All right, dude. There we go. That's good.
And then the Cubs.
200. Cubs. Yeah, I got.
Just trying to think about. Geez, it's a shame because you think of Pryor, you think of Wood. I just don't know. Even back in the day, Gaylord Perry, was he on the Cubs?
I want to say yes,
but I don't know. Yeah. Who the hell else pitched for the Cubs, dude?
Yeah, Cubs is a tough one, dude. 200 career wins on the Cubs.
Almost have to call Ernie. That one. Because I just can't think of anybody that they acquired
deadline wise. Off season.
I got it. Jamie Moyer.
4%. Bang, dude.
So what? What do we have left?
Rockies.
I guess
three.
go Kyle. I mean, unless you know somebody else.
I don't know. I don't really know anyone either.
I don't know if Ubaldo did it, but I don't know. I think go Freeman. Ubaldo will be way too high. Everybody remembers Ubaldo. What was it?
10%, dude, for feeling nice, dude. 31 we scored.
Solid.
Pretty solid, dude. Tom Seaver, obviously, 200. I want to see other Mets pitchers that we could. Oh, but I forgot. It doesn't show you the whole fucking thing, dude. Because
what are you
gives you
doing?
The wins, dude. If you go down, you have to look at New York Mets. Warren Spahn. Who the fuck is that, dude? Pitched from 1942 to 65, dude.
Huh.
That's a pretty lengthy career.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough, dude. Tom Seaver, we know. Oh, Tom Glavine, maybe. But no, I feel like we did all right with Bart. That was a low score.
Yeah. No, I think overall solid, Tony, right?
Yeah, that was pretty solid.
But what do you think? While we're in the football mood, just try out the football grid.
Another football grid?
Yeah.
All right, let's
music back up.
Music back up, dude. Different music, though, not baseball music. Yeah.
Wow, there you go. There you go.
Oh,
no,
man,
I got
dude.
some.
What do you got?
All right, so just go all the way across its top. So starting on the left, Darren Sproles. Cowboys Saints, Brandon Cooks.
Is it Ian Cooks?
No. It's O-N. Or I-N, excuse me.
Oh, Ian. There we go.
Cam Jordan. Cameron Jordan, I guess.
Aha.
And then Eagles, Dolphins, Kiko Alonso. All right, now
That's a good one.
Let's see. So 10 sacks. Let's see, for the Ravens. Obviously, everyone's gonna mention Terrell Suggs. But I feel like they've had other guys recently. And then for the sacks. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're just filling this out, so who cares? So I guess Jason Taylor for Dolphins. What we see?
58.
And then I guess, geez, I'm trying to think if there was. I don't think Pierre Paul got the double digits with the Ravens.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I
either.
guess just go Suggs.
Suggs.
Whatever.
Terrell Suggs. Mean muggin.
So we got 2 left.
Three.
Or 3 left. Okay.
Dolphins, Cowboys, Baltimore,
Dolphins,
Eagles, Baltimore.
Cowboys, not more. Dolphins, running back, Eagles, Ravens, wide receivers. I feel like I think I have this. Okay, so for Eagles, Ravens, Torrey Smith,
Eagles, Ravens.
and that's Torrey.
Bang, Torrey
Solid
Smith.
one.
Very solid right there.
Ravens, boys. I think I know this one too. I just want to, let's see. No, not that one. Okay. Let's see. So we got 2 left. Ravens, boys, and Dolphins. So Ravens, boys. Let's see. Wide receivers, running backs. Not Marion Barber. Quarterbacks back in the day. Kicker. Let's see. Dolphins. It's Cowboys. Not Brandon Marshall. This could be tough. I might need you to pull up the
Cowboys, Dolphins?
yeah, see if there's anybody that you think I know.
Cowboys, Dolphins, people who played, yeah.
Oh, I guess the grid's not up, Josh was saying.
Oh, really? Did I
Yeah.
take it down? I guess I did. Bang. Dolphins. All right, dude. So, I mean,
I know there's got to be a couple.
yeah, this guy's from the 80s. Sorry, dude. Dallas. I mean, there's definitely a lot of players here. I'm trying to see someone who maybe would be like somewhat notable recently. It doesn't really seem like it. Jeez. I mean, I'm looking at 2018 dudes. Well, no. Yeah, is right, dude. There's not even many names that I recognize on here.
Damn, that's annoying. Dolphins, Cowboys.
I mean, I can go. I think the top player they have named here is, let's see, he's a Hall of Famer here, 7-time Pro Bowler.
Dolphins, Cowboys?
Yeah.
Okay, 7-time Pro Bowl.
Linebacker.
Zach Thomas?
Yes.
Okay.
Zach Thomas.
I forgot he played for the Cowboys.
Last year of his career.
Okay, and then what? Anything familiar for Ravens, Cowboys? I
Let's
know
see.
that there is. I'm forgetting guys. I'm kind of disappointed in them. I think I know it. Let me just make sure here.
I mean, there's quite a few here.
I got it. Dez Bryant. So what was the
Bang.
score?
376, baby.
No, and I feel like I like that we're finishing grids.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Yeah, exactly, dude. We're finishing them, dude.
Yeah. So I think we're going to get there. I know it seems unlikely. I get it. But I think we're going to get there.
No, yeah, I think so too, dude. I think we will also get there. It's going to be good.
Yeah. But wow. Great show.
Kev Dude knows it. Picks tomorrow, baby. He said.
Yeah, let's go. We want the smoke. It's fucking football season. Got to head out. See y'all next week and have a good weekend on Cuff. Have a good weekend as you as well. Josh B couldn't see the grid. Ernie's, according to Kev Dude, is smoking that good South Jersey meth if he thinks the Packers are winning the Super Bowl. No, I mean, I think they might, to be honest.
Also late show tomorrow.
Yes. So what are we saying roughly? What do we have a time frame?
I mean, is 2 p.m. okay?
Yeah. Oh no, it's fine with me. I'm saying you think we'll just say around 2 p.m. and we'll keep everybody posted, right?
Yes, because tomorrow, 11 o'clock. Well, I mean, if we're out by like 11:30,
it's gonna be a half hour.
What? No, we got to be there for 8.
No, because you said 11 and then you said 11:30. So
well, I'm saying by the time we'll get out by 11,
Yeah.
11:30, let's say. I guess we'll be back around noon 30. So
Yeah.
I mean, we can shoot for 1:30 if you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'm flexible there.
Flexible. You'll be zooming in, right?
Zooming in. And then let's see. Ernie's number buddy says, "Oh man, you should have seen me going at Hot Take Johnny yesterday in the Discord live chat. Love it." And they says, "Can I go in tomorrow?" I feel like we just don't know at the time, Michael.
Yeah.
So I feel like probably in the next couple of weeks.
Plus, we're coming back from
better.
the shoot, and
Coming back from the
tomorrow's not
shoot.
good.
Tony will
Not
be
good.
tired.
Oh.
Also, I guess we never really said we kind of have to do this. Who actually is winning the Lombardi Trophy based on, you know what I mean? Our
Oh
Super Bowl
yeah,
predictions.
dude. Oh God, tough picks. I guess I'm gonna go Bills. Give me Bills. Super Bowl. Way too early prediction. Yes. But I mean, this is it, dude. This is Josh Allen at his finest. Knocking on the door after all these years, finally making it, getting past, teams like the Chiefs, like the Bengals, making it there, and hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. Let's
Speaking
go.
of the Bengals, give me the Bengals breaking through. Burrow finally winning the Super Bowl, and I mean, Michael Bucket just out of touch, saying it's too early for Super Bowl predictions.
Stop
You
it.
give him before the season, Michael. Come on, grow up.
Everyone knows
And then I guess just while we're at it, MVP.
Allen.
Wow. I guess Burrow.
No, Jamar Chase, maybe though.
No,
Close.
it's a
no.
quarterback award. Come on.
Yeah, it kind of is, dude.
But yeah, here we are. Great show. Pumped for the game tonight. Pumped for tomorrow. And really appreciate everybody who tunes in and continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives, YouTube page, Tony Michael Renee, and Jay and Costa, the merch at DowntimeTV.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day. Enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.